come align it, go heal it. Growing ain't no limits to the mindset. From the roots to the crowd, we define real talk, real love, perfect timing. It's the nappy dreamer, getting all the vibe, but key or blame. Yeah, we talking real life, from fake to the pain, we just keeping it right. Love, money, self-worth, sweeping it light. Generational curses, yeah, we breaking that chains. Single or mama, still we healing the home. Black joy, black love, yeah, we shifting up from where we lost every lesson, it's a part of the game. Body, soul, yeah, we tapping you in. Safe space, no judgment, let the healing begin. If you're searching for your purpose, let it start from within. We just planting them seeds, watch you bloom and ascend. The melanin mindset, where we grow within.
What's good, everybody, and welcome. If it's your first time viewing, welcome back. If you're returning, I'm the Nappy Dreamer.
And I'm Kia Blaine.
And we are
the
Melanin
Mindset.
It's fine. All right, well, listen, if you're not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on those notification bells so you can be among the first to know when the Melanin Mindset goes live. Make sure you plug in with us everywhere that you can. That's going to be Instagram and Threads, Melanin Mindset _, Facebook and YouTube, The Melanin Mindset, and on TikTok at The Melanin Mindset, so that you, again, can be notified when we go live Mondays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific.
Ooh, all right. Got your breath. So today, guys, this is our return, our welcome back. We're back to let you guys know what's the tea that's been going on for the last however many, it would have been 2 years.
It's been about 2 years, friend.
It's been about 2 years. Yeah, life has been life, and we kind of want to talk about a little combination of what we've learned, and also while understanding how mental health plays a part in your everyday life.
Fair.
Yeah, right. So where do we start? You want to just dive into what we've been up to the last couple of years?
Yeah, so I guess for the last 2 years, why are you laughing? Don't be laughing.
Okay.
Oh, for the last 2 years, it's been a lot, friend. Transitions, relationship adjustments. The girl got divorced. Hold on. I only did the applause because I get the awkward, mixed response. Like, are we happy? Are we sad? Are we okay? Are we falling apart? So I had to throw those applause in there so that we don't get any of those messages in this commentary for tonight's episode, because the girl is doing good.
The girl is doing great.
The girl is doing good. What about you, friend?
I've been just kind of going through life. I have had over the last 2 years, my last 2 children have graduated high school. So all 5 of my children are now adults. And I also have introduced 2 new family members. Well, should I say 3? Or I don't know. We've been gone so long that were Naya and Nick married already? Man, I think they were married already.
We did. We promoted the wedding and then we showed a picture.
Yeah, so we have 2 grandbabies now. We have 2 new babies in the family.
We love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. How have we been weathering emotionally during? I mean, I think we kind of had an abrupt stop. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know how to handle it. Like, I wasn't sure how to handle, no matter how people put it, going through a divorce, you're gonna go through a grieving process. And I was trying to show up for my friend the best I could, but I'm not gonna say it wasn't frustrating. It was definitely a learning process of how to show up for somebody when they're going through something.
Right. And I think my biggest thing was in that process, speaking of divorce wise, in that process, I felt an awkward sense of relief. So I
Mm.
didn't immediately go through like this whole, oh man, I got divorced. That didn't happen. It was an immediate weight lifted off of me. So then it was like, I want to do all the things, you know? So
Hmm.
I kind of tripped out. And friend, I don't care. You can share that part. I kind of tripped out. I bugged all the way out because when I felt that pressure come off of me, and then I realized that my family was in my corner, my friend had my back. Like, okay, hold up, pause before we dive into the story. I called my friend the day after or the day of.
Oh, it was a few days before the departure. Let's call it that.
Right. But
It
no, I
was
mean
a few
like the
days
divorce
before the
part. Like when
departure.
we established the divorce was going to happen. I called my
Probably a week. Probably a week.
Yeah, I called my friend on the day that the divorce was established. My friend was there in 2 days. And
Yeah.
not only did she get there in 2 days, she got there in 2 days and bought only a one-way ticket. So my friend was here. What were you here, friend? Like almost a whole week she spent with me.
Yeah.
Just
Hmm.
to make sure that I wasn't having like a whole waiting to exhale moment. And instead it was like, okay, we're gonna, address, assess, and let's move forward. So I want to give it up one time for the one time for my bestie. Yes, because the way she showed up was wild to me. And in
Yeah.
hindsight, it's like this huge, like happy thing. But in that moment, I don't know what I was expecting.
Um.
I don't know what I was
Mhm.
expecting to happen. So the fact that it did happen the way it happened, I was like, dang, I guess she do like me a little bit.
I'm so done.
Oh gosh, Fred, what about you? What have you learned about you since we've been gone?
Um. I have learned, especially. It's funny that you shared that I flew up there to your rescue. I tend to have Captain Save a Ho syndrome,
Whoa,
and
back up. Captain Save a Hoe? Cut it out.
I mean that's the phrase we've heard that before, so you know what I mean. And I have learned that not everything needs my full attention.
Big
And
facts.
I also learned from myself that maybe the way I was showing up for everybody else was a reflection of what I wish people would do for me. But at the same time, I was using it as an excuse to not focus on my own life, if that makes sense. Like,
Mm,
everybody, you guys know I have a business, and I looked at my business, and over the years, I've often showed up for friends and family in a way that they never asked me to. It was just me like, "Oh, I could do this for you." And, "Oh, let me show you how to do this." But in the process of doing that, it consumed most of my time. And as in effect, my business wasn't thriving the way it could have been had I not inserted myself in everybody else's business and just took care of what I had to do. So, what I have learned from that is that when I take care of myself, then everybody else, in a trickle down effect, gets either the inspiration to take care of their self or the benefits of me taking care of what I have to take care of. So in that essence, I have learned to like focus on me a little more than I am on everybody else.
fair enough, and I'm gonna give it up for you for that too.
Hmm.
For sure, for sure. Because I will say that is something I probably took away with me. Um, from you. I think I've told you that a lot, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Hmm.
I've told you that a lot. Like the shift has been impressive,
Yeah.
and the shift has definitely been motivational, and not even necessarily with your direct connect actions, but with just being a fly on the wall in the
Oh,
process. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let's keep it going, friends. So, like you said, we're gonna be talking about mental health, and we do a good definition around here, right?
Hmm.
So, do you want to put up first the actual definition
Yeah, let's
or
put the actual
the
definition up
dental
first.
definition?
Let's put up the actual definition.
All right, go
So,
ahead.
mental health, a state of emotional, psychological, and social well being that enables people to cope with life's stresses, realize their abilities, learn and work well, and contribute to their community. So, what does that all equate to? We asked for a more elementary definition. So, basically, mental health is how your thoughts and feelings help you handle life. It affects how you learn, make choices, treat others, and deal with hard days. Good mental health helps you feel balanced, safe, and able to keep going. That safe word there is really important because I think a lot of times people's mental health is affected by the fact that they don't feel secure,
Right.
whether it's secure
That's
in an environment or secure in a relationship. That's kind of a trigger for mental health issues.
so on the tail end of that definition, friend, what's one thing that has been good or happened in your life that has been your motivation to keep you going? Since we've been gone, of course.
My grandbabies.
I think I have an all button.
My
Do I have an all button?
grandbabies.
Oh, I don't have a. I don't. Let me see. Oh no, that's
What the heck?
okay. I guess we got an applause for it because I don't have
Yeah,
no
yeah,
other
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna check
excitement.
our check our sounds before the next episode.
That part we're gonna make sure we know what buttons do what for next episode.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I
Little
guess for
sticker
me,
action.
friend, I'm done. I
Go
guess
ahead.
for
You
me,
answered the same question.
yeah, the thing that has kind of kept me going was my wake up. Like I had a moment where I recognized, like, girl, you good.
Mhm.
Like you got this. Like I have always been the person to be like, it's me, myself, and I, and I'm just kind of, navigating my way through things, and I'm kind of getting through it and working it out and whatnot like that. But I found out that not only did my family show up, but friends, new
Mhm.
people entered my life in these last couple years, and it has made like a dynamic difference in how I perceive, even though I'm still kind of stubborn when it comes to asking for help. But I definitely had my whole private party moment. You know that India Irie song where it's like,
Yeah.
it's me, my angels, and my guitar. Baby, look how
Okay.
far we came. And
Yeah.
so I felt stunted for a long time. So now in this phase of life, I don't feel that anymore. I'm actually living life. I'm out here, we'll get
Mhm.
into that later, but where I'm out
Mhm.
here living life. That's how I'm gonna say it.
Mhm. I got a question for you. Like, did you feel like the time away we had helped you find peace or purpose?
Oh yeah, I didn't have to crash out in public.
Oh.
I was able to crash out in peace. You know what I mean? Like I
Mhm.
moved into my own little place. I left the city I was in and moved to a whole other city.
You did.
Yeah. I switched vehicles. I did all the things. Like all the things. You know what I mean? We revamped the little wardrobe or whatnot,
Yeah.
I did other stuff too. Like I felt like I said, I was able to crash out in private. So
Mhm.
it was good to be able to be away. Although we love y'all, sometimes you do need that moment to step away and reevaluate.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
Um, I did a lot of, I had my becoming series back in February, and it's kind of realizing like who I am, connected to who I want to be, and who, what has been instilled in me in my life, and how I became who I am right now and who I want to be in the future, basically. So
Mm,
yeah, that time away kind of really let me know like what things were actually passionate to me, and what things I was just wasting my time trying not to focus on other things.
yeah, that was definitely impressive to witness. Just
Mhm.
FYI. So
Mhm.
with that, what version of the melanin mindset is coming back right now?
I think we're still going to be our authentic selves, which comes with truth and present truth, because a present truth a year from now might be different than it is, because I'm pretty sure if you look back at some of our past episodes, the way we felt then might not necessarily be how we feel right now. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people need to realize in relationships,
Hmm.
that
Oh, I deleted those episodes, friend. They'll never see those again.
I'm so done. I'm so done.
So don't go scrolling back if you new here, like who was the
Yeah.
nappy dreamer married to? He's
Yeah.
gone. No
Yeah.
longer on our socials. No
Yeah.
longer on our streams. So
Yes.
continue.
Yeah, so that's just what I mean. Like, even not of course that part, but I mean, even maybe some views we might have had, probably
Oh
not,
yeah.
may have changed. I don't know. Probably not, but I'm just saying sometimes it's okay, and you take your time and try to understand people that you love or care about, because they might change their perspective.
Super valid. But I want
Mhm.
to piggyback off of what you just said though,
Hmm.
because I feel like some of my views may have changed
Yeah.
because I had a heavy lean on tolerance when in reality I'm in a
Mhm.
different stance as far as tolerance is concerned. Now I
Yeah.
see we have a comment here in the chat. I'm gonna bring that one on up on the screen, friend.
Okay.
It says setting boundaries for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I think that my boundaries were far too lax before. Now, y'all might not have seen that perspective. Y'all might not have got a
Mhm.
full view of that here at the Melanin Mindset. But in my personal experience, y'all, the girl went to therapy.
Mhm.
That was exciting and probably disturbing for my friend. My friend went through some stuff and I love her for it.
I want to say,
But
I just want to say, like, it wasn't that I went. I feel like when I talk to people, I try to find understanding, and like when my friend was going through what she was going through, it would be like, okay, we established the understanding of, all right, this is this, and then 2 days later, this was not this again. And I'm like, okay, so what's the new? And then okay, we established something new. And a week later, that wasn't it no more. So that was a little okay. I don't know how to handle this.
girl, it was exciting. I'll say that in
Mhm.
hindsight,
For
I
her,
realized that
for her, it was exciting. For me, it was pure confusion.
in hindsight, I was flying by the seat of my pants. I
Hmm.
think that I had been so methodical about every single move that I had made over the last 14 years, 15 years. I've been so strategic, not even for me, for others involved, in the
Yeah.
moves that I made and the way that I did things or the decisions that I came to, that the girl, you know, she was
Hmm.
outside.
And I
she,
think that's what
you
happened. I
know,
think you were trying not to, but you still were being like, what was the word you just used?
strategic.
Yeah, you still were presenting it as a strategy, but then like saying bump that and doing the total opposite, which was causing me a lot of confusion.
Uh, I still love you. I hope you still love me. So,
Absolutely.
if I had to say what mental health meant to me today, though, my mental health holds more value to me. Like I shared, I went to therapy. I did the thing. So,
Hmm.
and I still do. I still talk with my homegirl. Shout out to her. I'm not gonna say her name, but
Yeah.
just in case she decides to tune in at some point, shout out to you because you know who you are.
Hmm.
Um, but I feel like my value on good mental health has changed. Like I didn't, all people be like, oh, I'm focusing on my mental health, or self care. We had those episodes.
Yeah.
Self care. Being selfish is not a dirty word.
Yeah.
But
We talked about that.
right, I discussed it before, but I mean it now. Like before,
Hmm.
I agreed with it, but in certain no, 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 I believe it wholeheartedly today.
Yeah.
That selfish is not a dirty word. So my mental health looks like today, as opposed to before, stepping back when I'm overwhelmed.
Hmm.
My mental health looks like this brings me joy. Here's what I'm going to do. My mental health looks like not beating myself up if I can't. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's what about you? Like, how does mental health look like for you
I
today
think
compared
I
to
think I
before?
can say the same. I think for me, mental health is accepting the fact that people don't think the way you think.
Mm,
And also being okay, maybe with, well, I think I go back. I've had to stop being mommy to everybody, including the adult children I have now. And I have to be mommy to myself now, which I can't say I ever did. Like really check on myself, or I'm paying attention to what my body is doing and how I'm feeling and my emotions, and taking the time out to, explore what's going on with me versus always being like, well, I need to help so and so do this and I need to do this. So my mental health is being aware of myself and how I'm feeling about things.
I love that. I want to give it
Hmm.
applause, but it was so serious. I want to give it applause because, friend, for
Mhm.
real, that's something I learned from you, for real. Because I
Yeah.
feel like even just as of late, like I'll be overwhelmed or I'll be working, and this is not overwhelmed to detriment like before. Just kind
Hmm.
of like, okay, I got a million things to do, and then you always tell me like, what have you done for yourself?
Hmm.
What
And what's gonna happen if you don't do it? Nothing. It still
exactly.
need to be done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So, I guess we're gonna dive in and before break because we still got some time before we go to our first break.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's dive into mental health and dating as well as friendships.
Okay, girl. Let's get the tea.
We're
Let's
gonna
get
go
the
ahead and
tea.
dig
Let's
for
get the
real now,
tea.
y'all. Y'all got
Let's
the.
go get the tea with the dating. With the dating.
Oh, I'm
So,
scared.
first of all, friend, how has, because I often hear, the dating pool is full of piss.
It is.
All the negativity about being out there dating. But is there anything you've run into positive? Have you had some good interactions out there in this dating world?
Girl, yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, let me. Oh.
Then give yourself a round of applause.
Okay. Positive.
Yeah.
I have. I've
Okay.
had
So
some.
let me ask it like this. Let me dig a little bit. Let me dig a little bit.
Uh oh.
How, like, okay, they say like chivalry is dead. True or false?
False.
Okay, okay.
Mm,
Um all men want to know what you got to bring to the table. True or false?
50-50. That is,
Okay,
that's
so
a,
that
it's a,
also makes it false though. It's
no, what
not
I'm saying,
all.
well, all, so all no, false.
Okay. But yeah, there are some. So you have run into some,
Hmm. I
what
had a dude straight up tell me he was the prize honey.
oh, I love that for him. I love that for him. You go on with your prize self. um what girl, you had threw me off with the heat of prize.
Oh, wait, I do have laughter.
Hmm. Okay, you the prize. That's how we feel about that prize. Did you ever feel like loneliness affected your decision to like entertain someone, or like to go out on a date? Like did just pure, oh, I'm lonely or I'm bored make
Bored.
you
Okay, bored is a better word. I wouldn't
mhm
say lonely because, like I said, there was a switch that flipped.
mhm
And it went from, and matter of fact, as with all love, I call her auntie, but she's tuned
mhm
in right now. So, hey, my auntie Kim.
hey.
Okay. I spoke to her that day before
Mhm
everything went down.
mhm
And she told me right now, buy a movie ticket. And I was like,
Yes.
huh? She's like, get a movie ticket right now. I was
Mhm.
like,
Take
okay. She
yourself
said,
out.
go to the movies. She's like, turn your location off, power off your phone, text me, let me know you made it there safe. Text me when you're leaving and when you get home. And she told me to cut everything off and go to a movie. And I went. And what I go
And what
see, I
did
went
you
and saw
discover?
Walking. I discovered I wasn't gonna die.
The part.
That's the thing. I didn't do a lot of things independently or individually. There she go, hey family, hey my auntie. And so
Mhm.
I discovered that I didn't have to have company to have a good time. Now, granted,
Absolutely.
that was a different space, you know what I mean? Like emotionally speaking, it was a different space. And that was prior to the situation, but it was just a different space emotionally, but I did learn that. So the girl goes to the movies by herself. She takes herself to dinner. Should I applaud? I feel like that deserves an
You
applause.
should applaud.
Yes. So all courtesy of that kick in the butt to get out the house that day.
And
And
let me, while you're on that, let me just say this. You should, married, relationship, or otherwise, take yourself out. Do some things for yourself. I love to go shopping by myself because first of all, I ain't got to worry about nobody rushing me, or taking up nobody's time. I will go sit down somewhere and eat by myself. I'm gonna go see a movie by myself because this is the one time there's a movie I want to see that my husband doesn't. We usually have a good, we always go to the movies together, but I want to see one that he don't want to see, which is
oh,
fine. I'm gonna
what
go by
movie is
myself.
that? Which movie?
Oh, The Devil Wears Prada too.
I want to see it too. All right, we got to have a live session on TikTok, friend, and talk about it.
Yes,
I want to go see that
I
one.
have to go see that one.
Yes.
And tomorrow is the Tuesday when it's cheaper. I might go tomorrow before they knock it out of the theaters because I think it
Say
came out a week
less.
or two ago.
Yeah, say less. You know, my
But
dad.
yeah, take yourself out. Like, and I'm speaking to both men and women. Do something for yourself that sometimes you just need some time to yourself. You're not asking nobody's opinion. Do something that makes you feel good for you.
Oh, big facts.
Mm-hmm.
Big facts. I've discovered foods that I like that I had never tried. I've had
Ooh.
all kinds of
Like
moments.
what?
You know what I
Did
mean?
you try
Like
sushi?
I did.
And
I
did you
tried
like it?
sushi that was not just tempura. What's that? The crunchy crab roll?
Okay,
I
okay.
tried something other than the crunchy crab roll. I
Oh,
discovered
okay.
that I do like wasabi. I like the
Mm-hmm.
ginger stuff to put on there.
Love it.
I'm scared to try the raw one, but I have tried
Mm-hmm.
all the other options. Just not I haven't
There's
hit raw
one.
yet.
There's one at Publix that has eel and it's raw. I think that's a good start because you don't taste it. You don't
Mm.
taste it, and it doesn't have a weird texture.
And it's at Publix?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll check
Mm-hmm.
out the Publix. It's a
Mm-hmm.
place up here called Rock and Roll Sushi. You know, they got everything is a little
Yeah,
extra extra.
they got the whole menu with all 72 different rolls.
But they got this thing called the lava roll, and the lava roll is so good. And
That is good.
yeah, the volcano roll, the lava roll, or something like that.
Volcano roll.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay,
yeah.
off the sushi. I feel like we talked about it for too much.
Oh, so good.
I'm gonna ask one more question about this. Do you think social media has helped or damaged dating for you?
Oh, social media.
Mm-hmm. Because you know how I feel about it. I'd be like, oh, they always on here trying to persuade somebody's opinion.
All
But
right,
how do
full
you feel?
disclosure. The
Mm-hmm.
effort that it took to scrub my socials so I didn't have to keep having these conversations
Mm.
was top tier. Like, I feel like I told you this. It took me a couple of hours.
Okay, explain.
It took me a couple of hours over the course of 2 or 3 days to clear everything off of my socials.
What do you mean
So,
clear everything? Everything like what?
old pictures, old posts, old comments,
Oh
tags.
yeah.
I was messaging
Yeah.
friends, asking them to remove a tag off of pictures that I was not able to delete. Shoot, the Melanin Mindset content.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so I feel like social media can definitely have an adverse effect because the way, and I think I told you this, the day that I updated my status to single,
Mm-hmm.
my profile said single,
Yeah.
and
And it
my
puts it up
inbox
there. A big
went
old, on Facebook, it puts it up there. A big old advertisement.
yeah, yeah. So what ended up happening was my inbox went ham.
Mm.
It went crazy, and so then I've ever since then it's been hidden. My
Oh, okay.
relationship status has been hidden. So I think social media plays a part in a way that you get unrequested attention or
Okay.
undue attention. Maybe I
I
should say
got
it
you.
that way.
I got you.
Yeah. All right, so friend, I think we've hit that point in the episode where we go ahead and we hit this good old commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all stick with us, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hello, beautiful. Welcome to Kimmy Elegance, where luxury meets healthy hair. Created by professional stylist Kia Blaine of KB Hair Designs, Kimmy Elegance is a hair and body care collection made with nourishing oils and botanical ingredients that support your self-care routine without unnecessary compromise. From rosemary, amla, fenugreek, black cumin, and jojoba in our luxury hair growth oil, to argan jojoba and sweet almond oil in our Pure Protect elixir, every product is created to care for your scalp, strands, and skin with intention. Healthy hair, radiant skin, luxury without health compromise. Shop Kimmy Elegance today.
Thank y'all so much for sticking with us. Friend, I'm gonna let you have this segue after our promotion here.
Oh, okay. I thought I said everything I had to say in the commercial. But
So
what am I supposed to say? Okay, yeah, Kimmy Elegance is a love project. My husband and I got together and we did a lot of research and spoke to a couple chemists and came up with the healthiest versions of a hair growth oil and a hair protectant oil and skin oil, especially the grandbabies. Oh, their skin so dry. Oh, their skin is so dry. So this oil that I've created leaves my baby nice and soft and buttery. And I have one with a little shimmer in it. So, summertime is coming. You want to look like shea butter baby without feeling like you're slathered in oil. And that is exactly what my oil does for you. So if you're looking for some new elevated luxury healthy products, Kimmy Elegance is here for you.
yes, and so you can shop Kimmy Elegance by scanning this QR code right here on our screen. So I'm gonna leave it up here for a couple of seconds if you want to scan as we move on to our next bit of information. So of course, if you want to become an official MFer, you can always grab your Melanin Mindset T-shirt, and it also supports and it helps promote us producing valuable content for you. So if you want to become an official MFer, please shop themelaninmindset.com so that you too can be a part of the club, grab a shirt, and support our endeavors. We also have a coloring book online. Be inspired, friend. I think we got like 5 copies left because the love was
Okay.
real.
Yes,
Love
I
was
just love sitting
real.
down coloring in that coloring book.
Yeah, the love was real. And we do have a few other items online, such as a coffee mug and I want to say a keychain. I could be wrong. I've been
Girl,
wrong
I got
before.
one. I got one.
I've definitely been
We
wrong
have to check
before.
our inventory.
Yeah, we got to do that. Got to do that. All right,
Yes,
so y'all listen. We shared this. Oh, that was a loud clap. I'm so sorry.
it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Okay, so if you have questions, please send them to the melaninmindset.com. On the melaninmindset.com, scroll all the way to the bottom of our webpage, and there is an anonymous box where you can submit, or you can email the melanatedmindset at gmail.com with your MFing questions. So you want opinions without everyone in your business, submit your MFing questions to the Melanin Mindset for our MFing questions segment. And we also welcome DMs too. And we won't put your business out there. Remember, everything is anonymous, even if we know who you are that submitted the request or the comment or question. And
Hmm.
friend, we got one.
We have one. We do have one.
We're going to be answering that at the end of the episode today, y'all. So stay with us as we continue to move into the next phase, which is mental health and friendships. Friend,
Oh, girl. Yeah. Friendships can. I don't know. It could just be me. Like I don't know. I feel like I have a different capacity for my friends that sometimes leaves me a little hurt because I just you're not my when you're my friend, you're my family, if that makes sense. So then when something like that happens where we're no longer friends or I feel a point of um like maybe I don't think you see me as family the way I see you as family. That kind of hurts. And so then it kind of takes you well, I don't know about anybody else, but it takes me into a spiral of like, I guess I was doing too much, or why did I feel like we were that close of friends? And so yeah.
so you just answered my first question.
Oh, what was your first question?
My first question was, why do friendship breakups hurt so deeply? I feel
Yeah.
like that kind of encompassed it, the way you uphold the status of your relationships and what it looks like for you. So, yeah, that was my first question. So, what does a healthy adult friendship require?
Um, Boundaries.
Mm,
Yeah, a healthy adult friendship requires boundaries. And I see it like sometimes with the young, because I got a lot of little young people as clients too, and I just love getting the tea from the teenagers. But sometimes they are so obsessive over their friends. It's like, well, she went and had a donut and didn't tell me. Why did she have a donut without telling you?
mm,
So I think for adult friendships, once you're an adult, it's like the high school in us has to die. Like the
mm,
everything, we don't have to do everything together. We don't have to match all the time. Just because my hair straight don't mean your hair got to be straight. Those types of things, I think you kind of pick up at childhood. They need to drop as adult friendships.
mm.
You know,
Well, the matching thing is kind of cute sometimes. It's funny.
I mean, it's cute sometimes, but if we have completely different styles, but we're still friends, like um
Fair.
remember that one episode where we was talking about the girl and she was mad because her friend came dressed for her birthday better than her? Like,
Right.
you knew your friend was a baddie from the beginning. What, you thought she was gonna dumb herself down because it was your birthday? No, you should have stepped up if you thought it was gonna be a problem.
Especially if
Or
you invited her because you
just
knew what
show
it
up as
was.
you are and let your friend boo who she always is. So that's that boundaries. Or if you felt as though, because here's the mental health part of it. If you felt as though you just was not going to be able to handle her looking just as better than you, then do something else by yourself without her before you go together and do something. Because I mean, I get it. Sometimes you can't. It's just gonna bother you. But you can't expect someone to completely change who they are because you are feeling a type of way. And if you're feeling a type of way, it sounds like you might need to level up. So I mean,
I feel like that friendship needs to balance one way or the other. Either you help her or you ask her,
yeah,
what she can do for you. So one or the other. One friend should
yeah.
help, but the other one should ask questions. We got something here in the chat. If you want to read that, I can read it. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, a healthy friendship includes boundaries, honesty, respect, and communication. Real love and connection can't grow without them. Absolutely,
So true. Should I
absolutely.
applause? I should applause.
Hmm.
So valid. So valid. So have you ever been drained being the strong friend? Because
Absolutely,
okay.
absolutely. But yes, let's just say yes and move on to the next question.
Okay. Oh man.
We
I
could
feel like
proceed.
my next question it was kind of touched on because you said you view friends like family.
Yeah.
Once you bring them in close, they're there. But my
Hmm.
next question does say, how do you balance friendship with work, family, parenting, marriage, and your own stress?
So I do feel like I'm getting better at that right now. Just like I was saying in the beginning, how I bring in my friends like my family, but I do have to realize that my friends aren't my family and I have to prioritize my family. So in that perspective, I have been or aware that in the past I might have taken on something that I had to do with a friend and neglected something that I should have been doing with my family. So I'll give you an example. Like every night around 10 o'clock, my husband and I meet, we sit, we talk about it could be anything. We might talk about the day, we might watch a funny video, we might read. Um, but that's just our personal time from 10 until we go to bed. And so I've learned to shut that time out, unless it's something like, sometimes me and you talk because we got something coming up. And I always ask him, like, is it okay if I answer? And if it's just like, and I know, even if he gonna say yes every time, but you know how you can tell the different yeses. So sometimes I just let it ride. I might not answer my friend or my brother or, the kids asking for something. It's like, no, this is our time. Chill out. Go to bed.
Mm, now, friend, I know this is not part of my questions, but and maybe we can talk about this in a different episode.
Uh-huh.
But I did see a reel because I'm the one who be floating around on social media on behalf of the Melanin Mindset.
Hmm.
Um, but I saw a reel where they talk. It was a comedian, And he
Mhm.
was talking about how everybody always talks about in marriages for better or for worse, sickness and health till death do us part, right? That's everybody's go to catchphrase for the
Yeah,
vows.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
said, but everybody skips right over that forsaking all others.
Mm.
He's like, that means your family. That means your bestie. That means your
Mhm.
sometimes your kids when they get older,
Mhm.
forsaking all others. That job, that
Yeah.
distraction. So I feel like that would be a good episode one time, like to
Yeah.
kind of chat through that. But when you were saying that, that's all I could hear in my ears was that reel that I had
Mhm.
watched, and it was a stand up comedian, and people were just like, "Wait, what about for richer or for poorer?" See, y'all don't want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. Y'all
dang.
don't want to hear it.
He
Y'all don't
said
want to
y'all
hear
didn't
it.
want to hear the truth. See, he's
Mhm.
like, that's why I don't harp on that. Y'all don't want to hear the truth.
Mhm.
All right. So, what is one friendship pattern that you've outgrown?
hmm. Trying to fix everything for my friends because I don't know why I ever put that pressure on myself. I do. My qualities are solution driven. Like if you bring me a problem, I'm going to try to find a solution. But I think I listen better now to hear if it's a situation where you are asking me to help for a solution, because not all the time are you. Sometimes you might just be venting. Sometimes you might just be stating a thing, and I have learned to just listen and let it go rather than trying to fix it all the time.
I feel like I said this to you a week or two ago. And I
Mhm.
was like, I'm at this point now where I'm transitioning out of therapy full time. Okay.
Mhm.
Out of full time therapy, like talking to her multiple times a week. And you were like, "How do you feel about that?" I said, "Well, that was the person that I would just call and I just ramble and speak randomly to, because I sometimes it's just a matter of getting it off my chest. Not saying that there's a specific problem I want to solve. Sometimes it's just about okay, this thought is plaguing me, getting it off my chest. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so I feel like I said that, but I didn't mean it in a sense of I can't do that with you because I definitely do that with you. Sometimes we go in circles for quite some
Yeah.
time. But
Yeah.
I mean, like
Actually
in a
quite
sense
comical at
of,
times.
I feel like in the sense of just sometimes just dumping a thing and moving on from it, like spitting it out and moving on instead of
Mhm.
having to spit it out and evaluate. Because despite what people might think about therapy, you don't have to necessarily solve every problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so just gonna put that out there if you're on the fence. Uh, so, how do you know when your friendship is no longer healthy for you?
Mm. I don't know. I don't know that I know.
Mm, well, I feel like for me today, my understanding of is it helping or hurting me has been
I
what has.
think I always realize in hindsight once the
Mhm.
friendship is over, and then I'm kind of evaluating like, dang, what happened? And I'll even talk about a past friendship that I had um, with two people, and we were all very close. And that friendship came to a screeching halt. And over the years, anybody who I've ever talked about to this friendship, I would be like, I absolutely do not know what happened. And I actually spoke to one of them recently, and I said that, and she's like, "Are you kidding?" And I'm like, "No, I actually have no idea why we stopped being friends." I said, "It kind of seemed like because I had a new friend that you guys didn't care for, and I'm not." Now, one thing about me is I ain't gonna chase you, and I told her I was like, one time, we always did every holiday together. And this was a Easter. I never forget it was an Easter. And I said, "What are we doing for Easter?" And one friend told me, "Well, I'm going over the other friend's house." And I said, "Oh, I didn't know nothing about that." And so honestly, this is where I played a part where I didn't go any further to see why I didn't know. That was it for me. It was over.
Mm,
I never asked any questions. I never called. I never reached out. But also the same is true for them. They never reached back out to me either. So it ended right then and there, and
mm,
that was it. So was it wrong? No, and that's what I was gonna say. What I have learned from that is that we needed that space apart to grow into who each of us are today. Because after talking to them and really seeing where they are today, like we each have grown so much in a way that I'm not sure we would have grown as much if we had stayed together as friends,
Mm,
as close friends like that.
okay.
Hmm. So I would, so to answer your question, yeah, I don't know. It's usually a hindsight thing.
For me, it's when it starts to hurt. Like if I feel like it's hurting me more than helping me. Like if I'm losing sleep,
Mm,
then I'm looking at why I'm losing sleep, what's happening, what like I'm evaluating. Now, it's not always been the story, but that's just
mhm.
kind of where I'm at right now. Like, am I uncomfortable? Because like that's not friendship.
Yeah.
Like uncomfortable toward progress, different than
Mhm.
uncomfortable in my social space. That's wide open.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All
Gotcha.
right. So I guess our next topic, friend, is boundaries versus isolation. I'm gonna let you go and kick that one
Mhm.
off.
Boundaries versus I. What's the difference? Like,
Oh, we can
because
get
I
a
think
definition for that.
there are some times where you might witness someone that it just seems like you're just isolating yourself, like your boundaries. I feel like the difference is the demands of somebody else to change. Because
Mm,
in isolation, you're telling people, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to do anything. And you're trying to control how people approach you, not necessarily how you protect your peace.
mm.
Whereas a boundary is more of something you do. Like I can't tell, like I just said, all right, let's say I say I'm not taking no phone calls past 8 o'clock. I can't tell everybody, don't call me past 8 o'clock. I just choose not to answer the phone after 8 o'clock. So that is me setting a boundary. Versus isolation, I think would be me like, don't, demanding everybody not call me.
Don't call me. I'll call you.
Yeah, that's more of an isolation.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes people can boundary themselves into isolation by
Yeah.
setting so many limitations on those around them. Like a boundary for me could be if I share something personal in confidence, right?
Hmm.
I don't want that to be something I hear about from somebody else when we're interacting. Now, can I stop you? No.
Yeah, that's
But
not a
can I
boundary.
but I can't stop you from doing that. But what I can do is I can then say, I know I can speak with this person, or I don't have those kinds of conversations with this person.
That's a boundary.
Because yeah,
Mhm.
because I can't believe that me sharing this vulnerability is gonna stay between us. So with that, it's like I know I'm limiting boundaries, limiting how you have access to me. Um,
Absolutely.
Now a boundary would be like, okay, well I know you're gonna tell everything. I ain't talking to you no more.
Mhm.
Like isolation.
Yeah.
Now
You
I'm just
you
dismissing
you
everyone.
filter what information you allow people to
Mhm.
have. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So, have you ever mistaken avoidance for peace?
I might still do that because that's how I get my peace. I will cut you clean off. You don't exist anymore. I can see you in the street and act like I don't recognize you, and I will be at peace. So maybe I need to talk to somebody about that.
You should. You should. You
Right
should.
now, shoot, that's how I get my peace. I am avoiding the situation altogether. Hmm.
Oh, we got a comment in the chat. I had a person I considered my bestie, and it abruptly ended. It really hurt, but I never reached out to find out what happened. Oh, I
Yeah,
think
I
we
think that's a
all.
common. I think that's a common thread.
I've had friendships come to a close,
That's
and
that avoidance. I guess that's the avoidance being your peace.
right. I've definitely had friendships come to a close and didn't sneeze at the fact. But then I also don't know that I necessarily was avoidant entirely
Mhm.
because when they called, I answered.
Yeah.
Girl, allergies
Well,
is kicking my behind tonight.
I see you. I see you. They getting you real good.
I done
Hmm.
cough, sneeze, blowing my nose on the break.
Oh
Goodness.
my goodness.
Ugh. But yeah, no, I answered when they called afterward. Um,
Mm.
I now in circling back to dating though, in dating,
Uh-huh.
after that conversation that gets awkward, like I block, so we don't worry about that.
Girl, I
We
know you better, cause who got time?
Yeah, we block. That's avoidance of that interaction because we block. We ain't
Mm-hmm.
got time. Um, what about anything else? Oh, we answered that one. Avoidance for peace. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we did. We kind of covered most of the notes we had down. We could do this one. What's one hard truth about healing that people don't talk about enough? And I would say that healing hurts.
It's ugly.
Healing is not cute. It's not like you had an epiphany and now you're just like, oh, mm, I'm good. I don't need them. I don't need that. No, it hurts. It takes some crying, some stressing, some thinking over, making some bad choices sometime. It takes that in healing mentally, but also physically.
Uh
Like
huh.
I think even I have had a couple of friends who were sick and things like that, and it's like you don't the minute your knee hurts, you stop moving, you sit down, or your chest hurts and it's like, oh, I need to lay down. But sometimes you need to get up and you need to fight through the pain. So healing does oftentimes, you have to think about the people that are in physical therapy. They put them on pain meds, but they're making them move
Right.
because they know it hurts. It hurts to walk through this. You had a car accident and now you're trying to get back the muscle in your back or your legs. It hurts. So I will say, I think people don't understand that healing hurts. It's not always cute. I don't think, when is it? I don't think it ever is.
It's not. And then
It's a little
for
ugly.
me, the thing that they probably don't discuss, like I said, is ugly. But healing is grieving sometimes.
Hmm.
Because for me, whereas I just don't, I do not feel like I had a moment where I grieved the fact, like, oh girl, you single now. Like that wasn't a thing. But what I did grieve was who I was in that moment and why the heck was I that person. Like,
Hmm.
sis, you
Yeah.
are bad. Even when
Yeah.
you don't feel it, you still the baddest. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And so I think for me, my biggest thing was like, who was I? Like, I
Hmm.
didn't even know her. Like, I know
Hmm.
her today. I know who I is, but
Who I is.
I don't know who she was. And I think that was the biggest part of my grief was who the heck
Yeah.
was that? So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the biggest part for me when it came down to the process of healing is recognizing that grief doesn't always look like, you know, like what it cookie cutter. It's not cookie cutter.
Yeah, this it's not cookie cutter at all.
It's not cookie
We
cutter.
all do it differently. We all heal differently from different situations, and you have to be okay with going through it because you want to get past it. So you got to be uncomfortable to get past it.
Hmm. Did you want to address one last comment in the chat before we move on? And then
Oh,
there's
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So we got one last contribution here before we transition out. Healing is consistent of constantly being reminded of your wound. Oh, come on, girl. Wait,
Yeah.
before I finish,
Yeah.
you gotta realize that to grow, and that's big facts. That's
Hmm.
big facts.
Yeah, because sometimes you just act like it ain't there. You just walking in this wound, just weeping, and you're like, "Hi, okay, girl, there is blood dripping from your skull. I'm gonna need you to acknowledge it and take care of that."
Amen.
Same with your heart, with relationships and things like that. Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
comment.
Don't bleed on who didn't cut you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I can say
Ooh,
that.
that was a good one.
I can say that. Don't bleed on who
That should
ain't
be a
cut you.
T-shirt. There might be a T-shirt.
That's going on the site.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be up there tomorrow, y'all. All right.
T-shirt.
Don't bleed on who ain't cut you. All right,
Uh-huh.
so friend, before we wrap up, like we shared at the break, we do have an MF in question submission. So
Okay, let's hear
if
this
this
MF
was
question, girl.
your question, here comes your response. No judgment, just our opinion.
Yeah.
So it says, my best friend and I usually agree on politics and race. But we argued after I shared a post saying, I love seeing black people prosper. She
Girl.
screenshotted and sent it to me saying, all people for that matter. I saw it as uplifting black people, not putting anyone else down. She took it personally and asked if I didn't want her to prosper too, then argued it was an us versus them post. I explained that supporting Black success does not mean excluding others, especially considering the systemic issues Black people face. But she said I was adding my own political meaning to it. Should I be apologizing for sharing the post? So I'm gonna take it down, friend, and we're gonna talk about it before we head out.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
I was looking at everything it said though. So first, let's just answer the question that she put. Hell no. I
No,
wish you would apologize. Pop you on your forehead if you apologize.
don't do
That's
it.
that we just gonna clearly answer no. Apology is not what is needed in
Now
this
hold on.
situation.
Before we dive, y'all can comment down below as well and give advice to our submitter so that when they come back to look at our episode, or if you're currently viewing, you're gonna see what everybody else had to say. So go ahead,
Hmm.
friend.
Yeah,
And
I
again,
mean,
no.
just know. First of all, my opinion is my opinion. My likes are my likes. My views are my views. If I am celebrating someone or a group of people or whatever, like you don't get to change it. And it also doesn't mean that I don't think the same of another person or another group of people. So when you hear comments like that, that's a them problem. So it's really showing who they are, where they believe that we shouldn't be highlighted, that it should be understood, I guess, that if I say I love to see people prosper, oh, that includes me too. But the problem is it never has. For all the way up to now, it's hard to see a person of color in a leadership role or a prosperous role. So yes, when I see that, when I see someone who looks like me prospering, I am freaking excited. Yes. And I don't see
Facts.
why that's a problem, because if she said I love to see women prosper, I bet you we wouldn't have heard no flack about that at all.
Mm-mm. I love to
Not
see all
even
people
not
prosper.
even from men. I had never heard somebody say go girl and a man be like, "Oh, and boy." Like cuz that's stupid.
Now, friend, I will say that you're hitting right on the head. Number one, no, she should not be apologizing. But then number two, my biggest concerns in this question, and I feel like I voiced it when when I got the question earlier because we just got this
Mhm.
one today. I think I voiced it was the fact that like us versus them.
Yeah, what is this match? What
So
is this match? Cuz
that's
when
the
I
thing
hear
that
first
threw
of
me.
all, when I hear versus means at the end of the day there's a winner.
Right. Or there's an opposing
So
party. So you my op.
exactly. And okay, even if you want to play it that way, if it is us versus them, hell, we've been losing. So
That
yes,
part.
I'm excited to see the underdog win.
That part. Absolutely.
Kathy,
Cut.
Amy,
Who?
whatever your name is.
Friend. That's not the submitter's name. Please still send your questions. That is not the name.
Sorry, I was just being funny. I was just being funny. I'm sorry, Amy or Kathy, if that's your name. I was just being funny.
I hope that's not the name. Y'all, we didn't get a name with this question, so we don't know. But no, for real though, like if you're dealing with somebody, we talked about boundaries, we talked about, making sure that we have that healthy interaction, and let's just be for real, for real. Like if you have a quote unquote best friend that
Mhm.
is somehow or other attempting to not communicate or comprehend your opinion, but change it because they don't agree with your opinion.
And
Remember,
that's the
not
difference.
facts, not facts, opinions, how I view the world. And we all view the world different. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
Like my prescription ain't the same as hers.
Not at all.
So with that, we
She
see things
blind.
differently. Shut up. I'm trying to be serious. We see things differently. So with that, it's like I can see you trying to comprehend my opinion.
Yeah.
But trying to make my opinion align to yours simply because we're best friends is wild work.
And while you saying that, I just wanted to let her know that ain't your best friend.
I don't think so either.
She ain't even a friend.
That was my
To,
first thought when I
to
read the
even
question. I
have
was
to
like, oh, honey,
what?
that ain't your best friend.
That ain't your
Oh,
friend.
you shouldn't have submitted this question by saying your bestie because that's not your bestie.
Mm-mm.
That's not your bestie.
Maybe
And
we need to put a formula out there for what a bestie. What does it look like to be a bestie? Because
yeah, Y'all
Y'all
not
out
gonna
here.
always agree. I don't understand how y'all always agree on political and race views.
Mm-mm.
Because I don't always agree. Well, I think as far as racially it's concerned, I think we're along the same line. But like, I don't think we always agree on every stinking thing. So how are
No.
you always seeing certain things eye to eye?
Think the
It's not
same. Yeah,
true.
I don't even see how that's possible.
That's not true. So, friend,
Mm-mm.
we about at our time, but before we go, there was one other question at the end that we needed to address because y'all, this was the return episode. We visited some conversational pieces that y'all ain't gonna hear no more unless you watch the playback. So,
Yeah.
with that, friend, what are you hoping for in this new journey with the Melanin Mindset?
I just hope that we're able to connect, inspire, connect and inspire because and learn to focus on us and our uniqueness because that is why we created the melanin mindset because there's a clear difference in how we think and move through life than other cultures. And so
Correct.
I think we should celebrate that. And that's what I hope as the melanin mindset we're able to do is celebrate us as a people and our connection and our uniqueness and how beautiful we are and not be apologetic for that. Like just stand on business. Stand on business. I need the melanin community to stand on business, on MF and business.
Big, big, big facts. And what I'm
Hmm.
hoping for in this new season of life for the Melanin Mindset is definitely for us to remain that resource. We have been a resource from what, from we started this 4 years ago, almost five,
Yeah.
well, probably longer than that at this point since we
Hmm.
took a little hiatus. Um,
Yeah. It was
we
I think it
started
was
this
2021. Yeah.
yeah, we started this a long time ago. And so with that, our goal was always, faith, finance, relationship help. Okay, yes, that's the core of who we are. However, being a resource and not just only for us,
Hmm.
just being honest. Like just because we are the melanin mindset does not mean you have to be quote unquote melanated to
Yeah.
live because I'm an advocate for do your own research. Yeah, ask your black friend too, but do
Yeah.
your own research. I want us to be a source of research. So come
Yeah.
watch the Melanin Mindset and get your mind right so that you'll be able to understand
Hmm.
what's happening in the community. So you
Get
have
you a definition and a reality of what how we not over here wondering what you doing, but for whatever reason
exactly.
you are. So come and learn.
This is and I don't mean to be shady or anything, but this is the cookout that you can walk into without an invite. So
Okay.
y'all make sure you tune in on Mondays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Friend, you got something to leave them with before we head out?
Yeah, until next time, guys. Okay, I want to say thanks for tuning in. And until next time, stay melanated, stay blessed. Peace out.